Hello everyone, good evening. Am I audible? Can you all hear me? Okay, thank you. So guys, we'll wait for another 2 minutes and then we will be starting the session. So in another couple of minutes, I'll share the link for the quiz. All right, I assume we can start with the quiz. So let me just share the link for the quiz. So guys, you have 5 minutes. Please take this quiz. It's 8:32. We'll be moving on by 8:37. So I've shared the link of the quiz on the chat. Please take it. And once you have done, you can just let me know. So please make sure that you're taking the quiz every day. It is getting tracked. So please make sure that you take it and you give proper answers. Guys, you have another 2 more minutes. Please complete this and then we will discuss the answers. All right, I assume that everyone has taken this quiz. So let's quickly discuss the answers. Let me share my screen. Right. Can you all see my screen? Is it visible? Okay, great. The first question is, which of the following file formats can be directly imported into Power BI? .text, CSV, XLSX, or all the above? It is all of the above. So we can actually import all the three. Now, CSV, XLSX, yes, text also. If you have a look under the get data option, there is a text or CSV. So all the three files can be imported directly into Power BI. Where can you manually enter data? We did this yesterday. So where can we manually enter the data? It is option C, enter data option in the home tab. So under home, you have this option of enter data where we can type data like Excel and we can enter it. What happens when you click save in Power BI desktop? The report is saved as a .pbix file, right? Now the output of a Power BI is called as a PBIX report, right? So we should be careful on this. Whenever you save, it's not saved as a CSV or it's not saved as a PPT. It's saved as a Power BI file, which is PBIX. So the report and the data, whatever you use, would be saved as a PBIX file. Which of the following is not a way to load data into Power BI? We can import an Excel file. We can connect it to an SQL database. Once you have connected it, you can also write SQL queries inside Power BI. But dragging and dropping is not an option. A few tools might give you this where you can drag and drop, but in Power BI, it's not possible. So dragging and dropping files into Power BI is not, a way to load data. Power BI is not used for loading SQL files. What do you think? B, which is false. We can use Power BI to load SQL files also. It's not only for Excel. Right. So this quiz is based on what we have learned yesterday. And there are a few other things that we learned, like how to import the data, how to create a bar chart, how to insert a text box. Right. And as we move on, quizzes like this would be asked. Great. So I hope you're clear on this quiz and I hope you guys have scored well. Now I'll give you a minute. Please open Power BI and click on new report like what we did last time. Open Power BI and click on a new report. Not only that, load the same data. Load customer analysis into Power BI like how we did, right? In customer analysis, sheet 1. Please do this, everyone. Open Power BI and in a new Power BI report, load the customer analysis data. You can select this and the data would be loaded, right? It will ask you which sheet you want to load. We want to load sheet 1. So let's just quickly select sheet 1. So here on this home tab, click on get data or click on Excel workbook. Both will work. Under get data, click Excel workbook and just see where the file is present on your device. Select that file. After that, select sheet 1 and you can click on load. The minute you do it, it would take a few seconds and your data would be loaded. So go to get data and here under get data. Okay, I'll repeat this. Don't worry. Let this get connected. In the meantime, people who know, please load the customer analysis data. Sheet 1 in it. So here under get data, you have Excel workbook. in this Excel workbook, if you select, you just need to go to the folder where it is present. If it is in download, you can just select this and you can work on this. Right. Let me just share the dataset link. All right, guys, have you all loaded the Excel file into Power BI? Please make sure that you load, and you do it quickly, because we don't want to waste time on loading the files and, opening Power BI. Please make sure all that is ready. Now, what we have done yesterday is we have learned how to create a bar chart. But in today's session, we will look at other types of chart. And not only that, we'll also be looking at formatting. In fact, formatting or editing the charts is one very important aspect of creating charts in Power BI. So let us discuss that. We'll take similar scenario. Maybe I'll insert a text box like how we did yesterday. And I'll be putting a text here. Total sales of meat in each region as a bar chart. Let's go with this total sales of meat in each region as a bar chart. So we might have already done this, but still, we are now focusing mostly on the formatting part rather than, creation of it. So if you want the total sales of meat in each region, you can click on the sheet one. In this, which two columns should I select based on this question? Yeah. Which two columns should I select based on the question that you see? Region and not sales, meat, right? Meat is the column. So region is one column, meat is another column, and make sure that you convert it into a bar chart using the stacked column chart option. Right, everyone, please do this. It might take a few seconds. Yeah, and you have the bar chart here. Guys, I'll give you a few seconds. Make sure you click on region, click on meat, and convert it into a bar chart. Next, we are going to spend some time on formatting or editing this. Now, whenever you create any chart in Power BI, creating that chart is very easy, right? But a lot of people spend time on formatting the chart, because I cannot present this. I cannot have it as a report, or I cannot present it because it's very small. To be honest, you can see the south, central, all these values are very small, and my eyes are paining looking at that. The colors are just one color, and the words are small. In fact, the numbers are also not visible. I don't know what is the first bar, what is the second bar. So what we would be doing is we will focus on formatting this. Just a minute. Yeah, we will focus on formatting this. We'll focus on editing this. And I'm going to tell you how to edit. So please make sure that you listen to this carefully. You don't need to do it with me. I'll give you time. I'll ask you to do, but please listen, because this is an important step. Not only that, if you are understanding how do we edit this, then editing all the others would also be very simple. So select this, select the bar chart. And here, once you have selected, after creating, once you have selected, under visualization, usually the option selected is build visual. But this time you see that there is this paint brush icon, which is called as format your visual. We will be using this format your visual option. So select your chart, select your bar chart, go to this format your visual option. And if you see under formatting, you have different elements. Now in Power BI, you cannot edit in one click. You need to edit single elements, like you need to edit x-axis, y-axis, the color of bar, the data labels and everything separate. Right. So first, what we have here is x-axis. This region is our x-axis. So let's edit that a little bit. So I'm going to expand this x-axis. Here, I'll be increasing the size. Let's go with 13. So here under x-axis values, if I increase the size, you can see that the font size is increasing. Before it was 9. right? It was in this size, very small, but then we are increasing it to 13, and I'm going to make it bold, and the color, let's go with the orange, right? This is a color that we will be choosing. Now, what I've done is I've just edited the x-axis values, which is south, central, east, and west. Under this, after this values, if you want, you can close this. There is this title, which is region. Now, what I'll be doing is I don't want this region. Now, if you expand region also, it's the same thing. You can, increase the font size, you can make it bold, change the color. But according to me, I don't want title. So I'll be switching this off. I'll repeat what I've done. I have selected this bar chart. Here under visualization, I have selected this format your visual. I have clicked on x-axis, and then I have made the editing. Like I've increased the font size, I've made it bold, I have changed the color. And if needed, you can make changes like transparency and everything, but I'm going to keep it very simple. After that, title was switched on, and I'm just switching off the title. Right now, similar to this, I can also edit the y-axis. So here in y-axis, if you want, you can change the range. For every one of us, it will be 0 to 150. It will automatically be selected. But I don't, if you don't want this 150, if you want a different number, you can edit it in this minimum and maximum. What I'll be doing is, I don't want my y-axis. I don't want these numbers, or I don't want the sum of meat return. So I'll just switch off the values, and I'll switch off the title. If you just switch off the values and title, the y-axis disappears. Right. So what I have done is x-axis, I have changed the values, switched off the title. Y-axis, I have switched off both values and title. I'll give you time to work, but tell me, is this clear? What we have done, is this clear? Are you all getting it? Okay. Now, one thing before you start working on this, there is one small thing. Whatever I teach you, this formatting, it's just my way of formatting. Right now, there is no need for you to follow the same thing. I'm just going to teach you how to format. See, I have given, you can see that I've given orange color, but you might not like it. You might want to give a different color, right? You can do that. I'm not stopping you. I'm not saying that you need to follow the same thing, right? You don't need to follow the same thing. You just understand how to do the editing, and then whatever color that you want, whatever design that you want, you can make it. Imagine you are learning civil engineering, and let's learn about building a house. Now, I cannot ask you to give the exact color as me, or give the exact dimensions as me. You all have your own wish. Like that, here also, you can go with your own design. In fact, I'll be very happy if you be creative and have a good design. So everyone, I'll give you all a minute, edit this x-axis and y-axis, and then we will focus on the other values. There are a lot of other options. We will be editing that one by one. So please do this. I'll give you all a minute, and then we can move on. I'll give you all 1 minute. Make sure x-axis and y-axis is edited, and then we will move on to the other values. Have you all done this? Have you all edited the x and the y-axis? Okay, now we will do a little bit more editing here. under this format visual, X and Y is done. If you want, you can have grid lines, but for having grid lines, you should have Y axis. If your Y axis is turned on, you can see grid lines horizontal is present. I'll just make this transparency, or I'll just give a color here, black. You can see that on the back of these bar charts, there are lines, right? I'm not very big fan of these grid lines, but if you want, you can go ahead and you can use this. I'll just switch off the grid lines. I'll also switch off the Y axis. And I'll tell you the reason that, I'm switching off the Y axis, because we will still be having the number, but not just on Y axis. Zoom slider is if you want interactivity with your chart, you can, zoom in on your chart and you can zoom out. Not a great feature. I mean, I've not used it. I cannot say not a great feature, but I have not used it a lot. So zoom slider is this. Columns is very important. Columns is the way in which you can give color. Columns are nothing but your bars, right? You can see that here in color, you can choose any color that you want. For all of us, it will be this blue color, the light blue color. But if you want, you can change it to any other color. Right? You can give any color that you need. Right? I hope you're clear on this, how to edit the colors. Now, some of you might have this question. How do I edit the color for each bar? Right? See, whenever I change any color here, it is changing it for the entire bar, all the 4 bars. Now, if you want to edit for single bar, what you can do is there is this option called as category. Under category, you can choose South, which is the first bar. And when you give a color, it changes. Maybe not this. Yeah. And then you can go ahead with Central and you can give a different color. And then for East, you can select, you can go with a different color. And then you have it for West. Now it is up to us, whatever color that you want to choose, you can. If you want different color for different bar, you should do it under this categories. You can select whichever category you want and you can manually change the color. So that is on the columns. The last one that we will be looking at here is data label. Right? Data labels are nothing but on top of your bar, the number would be present. For example, we don't know what is the number. What is this total sales of South? The number is not given. For Central, the number is not given. And for that, you need to go to this data label, turn it on, and you can see in very small size, the numbers are present. Just change it. Just go to expand this data label, come down, you see this value. Anytime you want to edit the font or anything, you'll go to value. And here you can just make it 12, right? I'm going to keep it 12 and I'll be using for what I'll follow is for every text, I'll be using an orange color. So even here and here, you can see that orange color is consistent. Till this, is it clear, everyone? Any doubts till this point? Guys, are you all clear? Which one you want me to repeat, Preeti, the data label? Okay, grid lines, it will be switched off if you don't have y-axis. See, grid lines are switched off if you don't have y-axis. So turn on your y-axis here in values, you can turn this on. And here under grid lines, if you turn this on, at the back of it, there will be lines, right? You can have small lines that is present. That is on grid lines. But as I said, I'll not be using the grid lines option. So ribbons are different type of chart. Like if you select this ribbon, you can see the bar chart becomes like a ribbon. Now this is helpful if you are tracking changes over multiple time period or time zone. So that is on this ribbon. Right, and here under this columns, you can change the color. Under this data labels, you can give the title or not title, you can give the value, the number. So ribbons is something that you don't need to worry about. If you select ribbon, it is just one kind of chart. In Power BI, there is a kind of chart called as ribbon. Right, and that is what we are looking at here. So if you turn this on, this everything gets connected. So this is just if you know from south to central, if you see a change, then this will help you. That is on ribbon. A data label you can expand, you can go to value under data label and you can increase the number. This will actually give you the number on top. Guys, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Please try this. Please try editing these numbers and editing these values. Do till this, and then there are a few more options which we will be looking at. Bhumita, what do you mean by graph? How to create this bar? If you want to know how to create this bar, on your data, click on region, meet, and then select the second option, which is stacked column chart. No, it's okay if you don't have ribbon. In some cases, it would be there. In some cases, it will not be there. That is okay. Don't worry. Everyone, please do the editing till this data label color. Do the editing till that, and then we will look at a few other changes. And it is good to see that everyone is using different colors. This is what I want. I want you to be creative. Power BI is a creative tool. It's a data visualization. Okay, I cannot say data visualization tool because I told you that on day one. But it's very helpful. So make sure you be creative and you make the chart as appealing as possible. I'll give you one more minute. By 8:59, we will move on. Yes, Tejas, do you have a doubt? Okay, now this is on the editing. Now a few or on data label, I would like to concentrate one thing. See, it is automatically taking K, 171K, 98K. K means 1000, right? 98,000, 63,000. It's automatically taking K. But we can also edit that. If you go to data label, here under this value, you see this. Just scroll down, you see two options, display unit and value. Under data label, under value, you see display unit and value decimal. In display unit, if you give auto, it will automatically choose the best one. Now, if you want the entire number to be displayed, instead of it like this, you can go with none. When you give none, you can see that the entire number, the whole number is getting displayed here. Sometimes you want to see the full number. Sometimes you just want to know a overall figure. So that can be changed under this display unit. I would like to have it as auto. And here, if you want, you can increase the decimal places. Like if you keep it 1, it will be taking it with 1 decimal place. Else it will be taking it with 0 decimal. So value decimal places is also something that you can edit. Now this is on the visual, and there is another option here, general, right? We'll also be editing the general, but not everything, a little bit. You can go to general, and here under this general, title. Now title is the title of your chart where it says sum of meat by region. You can go to title and you can edit this. Now sum of meat by region is not very attractive. So I will say region. I'm going to type it under this general title. You can type this region wise sales of meat. Right. This is the title that I'm giving. I'm going to make it around 16 as the height, orange color, bold. And if you scroll down, you can also align it. See, there is this option of horizontal alignment. I'm going to make it into center. Every time when you have a title, it's good to be in the center, right? So here the title is present in the middle. So that is on title. And under FX, you can also give a background color. See, but now the color is white. You can give a background color of, probably some light color like this. And if you want, you can increase the transparency so that there is some color combination that is available. Now, this is very helpful if you're doing any project for a specific company or for a specific client. For example, let's assume that you are creating a project or you're creating a dashboard for Netflix. Now, when you're creating a dashboard for Netflix, and what happens is you want to follow Netflix's, color, like the black and red logo. So you can choose that as background. So every chart would have a background, and it reflects the company's design or branding. If needed, you can also give border under FX, visual border, right? And that will just have a box that will see, you can see that there is this border that can be given under this FX. Guys, before you do this, under general, title and effect is what I have edited. Any doubts in this? Are you guys clear? So please work on this, and I'll as usual, I'll give you 2 minutes. Please work on editing. Tejas, I hope your question is answered. You should do that under general, like what I've taught you. And in text, if you just switch it off, the title will go away. Oh, if you have it on the side, then you should go to y-axis, and under y-axis title, you should switch it off. If you see anything on the left side, that is on y-axis. If you see anything on the bottom, that is x-axis. There also you can do the changes. If you want to increase the size of number, that is present under value. Go to visual, data label, and under data label value, you have the size. Like now it is 12. If you want, you can increase this. Guys, 1 more minute, please do all the editing, and then I'll give you one question where you can do the formatting. Okay. Guys, I hope you're clear on this, how to do the formatting. And as you have seen, see, we spent almost 1 or 2 minutes on creating the chart. We just clicked on the column and then selected the type of chart we want, and the chart is created. But we actually spent more time on formatting it. And this is how usually the work that you do will also be. Creating charts are very easy, but you will spend time on formatting those charts, right? So you can see that the chart is now formatted. Now, I'm not saying this is a great chart, but this is better than what I had before. The initial chart, what we had as the blue color with the font not visible, this is much better than that, because I can see, I can have a background, I have a border, title, data label, color, everything is present. Right, everyone, are you now comfortable on formatting charts, on editing charts? Now, if you're clear on this, the same method is applied to every chart. Now, what I taught you is not just for bar chart. If you know how to format, you can do the same thing for a pie chart. You can do the same thing for a slicer, or any kind of chart that you have. The only thing is the components might be differing, and then you can, when you open it, you will understand it as a self-explanatory part. Let me give you a question. Try solving it. Create a bar chart for the total sales of, you can do it on other charts. Fruit, I've done wine. Okay, wines for each segment code and format it. Guys, I'm going to give you the next 5 minutes. I want you to create a chart. Once you created it, you can format it also, right? So format the chart and send me screenshots like what I've taught you yesterday. Just send me screenshot. So it's 9:07. I'll give you time till 9:12. Please work on this and you can create. Please do this. Create a new page. Go to that page and create the bar chart. Edit it. Format and edit it. Guys, do you see some flickering on my screen when I share it, like black light coming and going, something like that? Is it happening frequently? I hope not. I hope it is just for me. So, Sachin, what I want you to do is I've given you a question on the chat. Create a bar chart for the total sales of wine for each segment code and format it. So create a bar chart and format it. Like how we learned, you can format it. So Sachin, you can select the column names like this. You can select the column name according to the question. See, in this question, I have region and I have meat. So I'll just select those columns. And once you selected those column under this visualization, you have different kind of chart. For a bar chart, you will be using the second option, right? You can just go with the second option. If you do that, the chart would be created. And after that, whatever I have told you, you can follow that and you can do the formatting. Guys, you have another 2 minutes. Please make sure that you create the chart and you do the formatting, and then we will move on. You have another 1 more minute. Guys, have you done this? Have you done the question what I have asked you on the chat? Okay, let's move ahead. I am assuming that you guys would have done this. You would have formatted with a different segment code. Yeah, okay, I can see a few on the chat. Now I'll teach you one more chart. We have been looking bar charts, but Power BI can be used for creating other charts also. So I'll take an example of a pie chart now. Right? Let's have a question for a pie chart. So here I'm going to select this. I can copy and I can paste so that I don't need to insert. And here, let's go with this total sales of what do we have? We have wine, sweet. Okay, let's go with sweet. Total sales of sweet for each source code as a pie chart. Now we will be doing this total sales of sweet for each source code as a pie chart. And listen to this. Now pie chart is used for creating proportions or percentage of values. Now in this case, I have one issue. See, the source code is going to be considered as a categorical value. We want it to be considered as a text. But if you look at the data on the left side, we have this table view. So here, if you look at the data, source code is a number. It's 1423. It is a coded number. But here, I don't want this source code to be treated as a number. I want this source code to be treated as a text value. But in my data here under sheet 1, you can see that the source code has this summation symbol. And we have seen that when you have summation symbol, it is because the data is given in a numerical format. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'll convert the source code from a numerical to a categorical value. Right? And I'll tell you how to do it. Have a look. To change this source code from numeric to text value, I'll select this source code, not clicking, not selecting it like this. See, when you select it, is just counting because I don't want that to happen. What you can do is click on this source code here on the name. When you click on it on top, you get this column tools. When you select any column that you have, you get this column tool. In this, very simple, you can go to the summarization and you can click on don't summarize. I'll repeat this once again. I don't want this summation symbol in front of source code. Right? If you don't want the summation symbol in front of source code, what you can do is click on the source code, click on the name, not on this box, select this name. On top, you have this column tools. Under summarization of column tool, click on don't summarize. I don't want any addition or average to be done on the source code. So just click on don't summarize. Once you have done this, it's very easy. Click on source code, click on sweet, and then you can select this pie chart. When you do it, the pie chart would be ready. And here also you can do the formatting. Now you will be having legend slices, but I want you to try this. First, create this pie chart. I'll give you all a minute. Select the source code, go to column tools and click on don't summarize. After that, select the source code and sweet and click on the pie chart. You have the pie chart option here. You can select it. Then we will talk about the editing. Try this, everyone. Guys, everyone, please try creating this pie chart and then we'll move ahead. Now, once you have the pie chart, what you can do is you can go to format, and here also it's the same, right? Data labels is detail label. So you can go to detail label, and here under values, you can change this. You can increase the size, make it bold, give any color that you want. If you want to change the color, that is available in the slices option. In slices, you can see the colors are available for 4, for 2, 3, 1, whatever color that you want, you can give. Right? Maybe for 2, I would want to go with yellow. I know this is not in contrast, but still let's go with this. Yeah. So editing of any chart is the same. You just create the chart, go to format your visual, and then you will explore these options. When you explore these options, it becomes very easier for you. Are you all clear on this pie chart? Yes. Guys, are you all clear on creating a pie chart? Okay, let me know which part do you want me to repeat. Okay, I'm not selected segment. I've selected source code. So what you do is click on the source code first. On top column tool, summarization, just click on don't summarize. After that, select source code, select suite, and in this visual, select the pie chart. It will be created. Okay, let me see why your chart is looking like this. What all columns you have selected? So you should select source code and you should select, make sure if this summation symbol should not be there. So for that, select source code, go here in summarization, click on don't summarize. Right, so select source code first, go to column tool, make sure this is done. In summarization, it should be don't summarize. It should not have. So only suite should have the thing. You know, only suite should have the summation symbol. It should not be present on the source code. So select source code and do the don't summarize. Please do this if you have not done. Everyone, I'll give you another 2 minutes. Please make sure this is done. And after this, I'll teach you one more kind of chart and then we will be done for the day. Guys, I'll give you 1 more minute. Please make sure you create this pie chart. Only when you practice, it becomes easier for you to work on real-time data. Yes, Hari Krishnan, I'll be sharing the link at the end of this class. But don't be too dependent on recorded video, not just for you. I mean, for everyone. Make sure you attend the class fully and ask me questions because nothing beats a live lecture. Okay, maybe I'll give the next chart we'll see. I'll give you a question. Create a pie chart for region wise average recency. We have been using some, but do this. Create a pie chart for region wise average recency. Try this, everyone. Try creating this, create a pie chart. So Venkatesh, what you can do is, if you are having the chart like this, the count of source code, just drag it and drop it into legend. On your screenshot, you have count of source code, right, in value. Just drag it and drop it into legend. Then it will be proper. Guys, everyone, I've given you a question on the chat. Please work on this. Here, you don't need to make any changes on the summarization for region, because region already is a text column, so we don't need to worry. But you need to change the sum of recency to average recency. This is something I've already told you, but I'll give you 2 minutes and then I'll be solving it. By 9:25, I'll solve this question. Before that, you try to solve it. Okay, Priyanka has shared. Others also, please do it. You have another minute. Okay, guys, have a look. I'll also be trying this. I'll go to a new page and I want region. I'll select region and I'll also be selecting recency. But this recency is sum of recency. So okay, maybe let's create a pie chart first. See, it is like this, but this is not the correct way. It is just adding all the recency. I don't want this. So in sum of recency, change it into average. And yeah, I think this is what everyone is having. This is the pie chart. That is the correct one. Right. I hope you're clear on this, on how to create a pie chart, how to create a bar chart. Guys, any questions on what we covered today? Are you all clear with formatting the data and how to create a pie chart? Because these are new things what we learned. Are you all clear on this? Okay, perfect. If you want, you can save it. I'll not be saving this. I'll just close. But guys, before we end for the day, I would like to tell you all one thing. I can see that some of you are joining the session late. Please don't do it. If you want full attendance, you should join the session on time at 8:30. Right? Maybe 2 minutes. I understand sharp at 8:30. It might be a little difficult, but the cutoff is only 2 minutes. Like if you join late, then you might not be getting the attendance because here, if you see, there are close to 100 participants, but when I start, it's only 30, 40. So more than 60% of the class is joining late. So you'll be missing the topic. That is one. You'll also be missing the attendance. So there should be fixed time. It's fixed. The class is at 8:30 to 9:30. So make sure you join at the correct time. Right. Let me share the things what I share on daily basis. I'll share the link and I'll also share the feedback. But you have okay. So tomorrow my class is not there. I'm not sure about the other class. Tomorrow my class is not there. So my class is on weekdays 8:30 to 9:30. Right. So I have shared the playlist recording link and the feedback form link. Please, so you can, refer this. Anu, you can talk to your Sunstone team. They will be able to help you on how much attendance is needed for certificate. Right. Okay. And guys, the weekend is coming. I hope you'll enjoy the weekend. IPL is also coming. Which team do you guys support? Can you just put it on the chat? What team do you think would win, or what team do you support? Not about winning. Saraj, Punjab, CSK, RCB, Mumbai, RCB. Oh, there are a lot of RCB supporters here. CSK, okay, good. Let's see which team wins. But it's going to be an exciting time. I'm a huge cricket fan. Okay, I get what you're trying to say, Subhash. But yeah, so let's have some fun over the next 2.5 months. I am okay. If you are asking me, I'm a CSK fan. I am a supporter of CSK, but still that doesn't matter. It's more, it's just enjoyment. So yeah. All right. So that's on today's session. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend ahead. Have fun, and we'll be meeting on Monday. Thanks, everyone. Good night. Thank you. Thanks, guys.